Good morning. Welcome back to another Sunday challenge. Last week I asked you to record a video talking about something that you're good at, to contrast it with the goals that you set earlier this year, and to contrast it in particular against the Sunday challenge from 2 weeks ago, where you talked about what your goals are generally and the intrinsic and extrinsic motivations that you use to get to it. So the purpose with this video was to say, here's something that you're already good at. You already have intrinsic motivation in that thing. These are things that you do naturally without thinking about it. How can we tap into that intrinsic motivation to help you understand yourself better so that in your future goals and habits that you're trying to implement, how can you tap into the same intrinsic motivation to push you forward? For me, which I described over the course of last week's videos, I find myself skilled when it comes to school and intrinsically motivated when it comes to school. Learning is something that I enjoy in any capacity, and it's something that I want to keep doing for the rest of my life. And I think part of that is that I find school challenging and exciting and fun because it's just something that I don't know about. And so in any other goal or challenge that I do for myself, I want to tap into that same sense of excitement or competition or challenge to motivate me to do things that are not necessarily natural. I also think that I'm gifted conversationally. I really enjoy just getting to know people, which is why I think my two careers make sense for me. Both studying to be a pastor, which I one day hope to be. My changing career videos was not intended to mean that I'm giving up the goal or the dream of being a pastor ever. Just in the immediate future, I'm studying to be a psychologist. And so in psychology, particularly in private practice where I'm going to be practicing, obviously being conversational is a huge component of that. And so I'm kind of bringing together my love and skills at learning and my skills for interacting with people. But that's just me. You're here to hopefully see the submissions that came in this last week. And so I've got 3 to show you. Nick made another video this week, Craig made another video this week, and my wife Crae made a video this week. This is Craig's video.
What's up, everybody? The simplest one I came to the conclusion of first is that I'm just clean. I'm a clean and I'm organized. I maintain a clean house. Thinking of something deeper was or more in depth was kind of harder. But I think I'm good at building relationships. And I know that was one of my New Year's resolutions. I wanted to spend time with someone once a week. But I think that was just because I was falling off of who I am a little bit. But who I am is somebody who I can start relationships easily, and I like to maintain those relationships.
This one is Nick's video.
Hello, Matt. This is for your Sunday challenge because I forgot to record it a little bit ago. And I'd say I'm a pretty good fixer. That's what I put in a lot of my applications to things. That's what I put in pretty much anything that I do. I tell them that I'm a fixer. If I have something that's broken, I'd much rather fix it than get a new one. I think that that goes beyond just items. That goes with relationships. That goes with your own thoughts, really. So I am motivated to fix things because I think everything does have value, even if it doesn't have value to someone else. Sometimes you don't get the result you want. Sometimes there's no result, but it's worth doing to me. I know if Cece was in here, she would definitely be talking about she's a good nurse. She's compassionate. She's good about caring for other people. And Ahsoka's really good at sleeping during the day, as you can see.
And this one is Crae's video.
Hi everybody. Matt posed a philosophical question. What are you good at? So I thought about it for a minute, and I thought, what is Crae good at? And I thought, and I thought some more. And then I sat on my couch and I said, I know what I'm good at. I'm good at sitting on my couch and watching Netflix. And if you didn't know, I am really good at making jokes. Also, I'm good at running an office. I'm good at time management. Matt gave me that one because I didn't even think about it. Matt thought about it, but it's something I'm good at. He's right. Also, I'm good at organization and running things.
For all of these videos, I encourage you to go down to the description, which is above the comments. Click on that little arrow by the title of the video and go watch these videos in their entirety. They're not very long. I think they're both around 4 minutes in length. So you can get a fuller picture of Nick and Craig. as they're releasing their videos on a regular basis for these challenges. What I appreciate about Craig's video is that he kind of points out a more surface level skill of cleaning, and that being a skill that he possesses. And I can definitely attest to that. I've seen Craig when we were counselors together years back, and just in general, he is definitely a cleanly person. And then he transitions to more serious to talk about how he interacts with people relationally and how it's his goal to build and maintain relationships. And I can also attest personally that Craig is one of the few people that I still talk to on a regular basis, one of my best friends. And I'm so grateful that he's submitting videos for these challenges so that you can get to know him better too. In Nick's video, I absolutely love that he describes himself as a fixer. And I would say in my personal experience, Nick is my brother, interacting with Nick, especially into adulthood, Nick is a fixer. And I don't think that there's a better word to describe his attitude towards problem solving in general. So I appreciate that he points out it's not just like technology, it's not computer things. He also is a fixer when it comes to relationships. He would rather hold on to something old and fix it as opposed to saying, I'm done with this, I'm gonna move on. And I think that's really admirable. My favorite example of Nick being a fixer took place a couple years back. Their water heater had gone out, and so they were buying a new one. And I might not remember this perfectly, but from my memory, they buy a new one, it doesn't work, it would cost a couple $1,000s to get it fixed. And so Nick does some research, finds out that there's this little piece that costs a couple bucks. He buys it, he installs it himself, and the furnace works. So instead of paying $2,000 to have his furnace fixed, Nick fixed it himself by doing some research. And I think that's an attitude that Nick applies to literally every situation. If there's something he doesn't understand, he's gonna go research until he's competent to solve the problem, or to admit, hey, I don't know about this, you should talk to X, Y, or Z, which he'll have found through his research. And then finally, in Crae's video, and I appreciate this, unfortunately, you don't have the entire video that she made because she made it just to be chopped up for this channel, but in the future, she might actually submit her entire video so you can watch 2 whole minutes of Crae talking about different things. In this video, she also ranged from talking about things that are more surface level, talking about her humor, which I agree with. She is a very funny person and she doesn't have to try that hard, to more serious things. And those would be her skills as an office administrator, organization, any planning type things. My wife is really good at, and she recognizes that in herself. And I appreciate that about her. I think we support each other really well. So if you want to hear more from Crae, just let me know and let her know down in the comments of this, wherever it's posted, so that she can be encouraged to actually submit the entire video so that you can watch it for your own viewing pleasure. I thought it was great, and I had to chop it up. So for next week's challenge, if you want to participate as Craig, Nick, and now Crae have participated in, please submit your videos on YouTube and just let me know. And you can do that directly if you know me on Facebook or something, or you can just in the comments underneath this video, you can put the link to your video. And I'll make sure to include and talk about you in next week's video. At some point, if too many people submit videos, I'll have to decide what the format will look like, but for now, because there's just a few people submitting, really, anybody who wants to get in on this certainly can. So here's the prompt for this week. If you woke up tomorrow and just one thing of your choosing was different with your life, what would you choose to change, number one? And number two, what kind of impact do you imagine that change would have on your life daily? And so as we get to the end of this week, be looking out for videos from me, because I'll kind of talk about that from my own perspective. Now you have control of this prompt. It doesn't have to be a massive change, or it could be a massive change. Use your imagination and just choose something that's meaningful to you that you wish could change, but it just hasn't. And I think that will help as we move forward in the future, kind of direct some of the goals that you have for your life in general. So I've been Matt the Red. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I appreciate the support that you guys have on these videos. Please feel free to subscribe, to like the video when you see that, to comment down in the comments, and because it's a Sunday, to feel free to submit your videos for next week's challenge. I appreciate you. I look forward to talking to you down in the comments, and I will see you at 10 a.m. Bye.
Push the button.
I'm pushing the button.
Push the button.
Pushing the button.
Push the button.
I'm pushing the button.
Push the button.
Push the button.